Hi, I'm Jody, also known as the Placenta Lady. I have worked with new moms for the past 6 years, and I am here to answer your questions. No question is too strange for the Placenta Lady. So our question for this segment is, what is a midwife? I mean, I know she's a person who attends birth, but not much more than that. Well, that is another great question. I've discovered that a lot of new moms don't know that they would even have the option of having a midwife, or even how to go about finding one. So our guest today is Kim Trower, certified professional midwife who attends women who want to have a home birth. She's the midwife at my third daughter's birth and is the mother of 2 children of her own born at home. She cares for women during the childbearing year who are healthy and low risk. Hi, Kim. Thanks for being on the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So the first question I got from people when I said I was planning a home birth is, isn't home birth dangerous?
Home birth is definitely a controversial topic. There's actually quite a few studies that for a low-risk, healthy mom, home birth is just as safe, if not safer, than a hospital birth. The most important thing is for women to research their options, to understand what choices they have in their own town, in their own city, and make the choices that are important for them, and to ask those important questions.
Okay, great. So say a woman goes and starts reading up on it and decides that she would like to try it. How would she go about finding a midwife?
In the age of technology, the easiest thing is just to put a search into the internet and type midwife or Las Vegas midwife if you're here in Las Vegas, and a bunch of midwives will pop up. And from there, you can visit their websites, you can visit their philosophies, you can start connecting with them on their own individual websites, and then making those phone calls and making appointments. Most midwives will meet with you and have a consultation. There's no charge for that visit, and you can ask those questions that are, again, important to you and find out, are you low risk and healthy? Is home birth right for you? And then finding that midwife that you trust and feel confident with to attend your home birth.
Okay, that's great. So how does the prenatal care in comparison between like a midwife and going to see a regular OB? So like, can a woman still have this lab work and ultrasounds if she wants one or need one? I mean, how do you know that everything is okay and the pregnancy is going well?
Absolutely. All of the same lab work, screening tests, and ultrasounds are available to women when they're seeking home birth and midwifery care. The biggest difference is definitely the prenatal time. Visits are scheduled for an hour, whether you take that time or not. It's very informational, so it's plenty of time for you to ask your questions, for you to feel relaxed in that space, get to know your midwife, and your midwife gets to know you. And then at each point, if a lab test is needed, if a screening test is needed, that midwife will talk to you about what that is, what the pros and cons are, and do you want that test or not. So again, you're a very active participant in your care, and you're making informed choice. We monitor the same vitals, so I'll take your blood pressure, I'll listen to the baby, I'll palpate your belly to feel where that baby is laying in there. And again, those lab tests that we get done are great screening tools as well to let us know that that mom is continually staying low risk and healthy and is still a good option to attend a home birth with.
Okay. Now say you're at the house, mom is in labor. What if something happens, an emergency situation comes up? What happens then?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and one that I'm asked almost at every consultation. The first thing that we need to understand about birth is that it is a natural process, and it's very rare that emergencies happen, especially in the scenarios with midwifery care, where I'm caring for women that are low risk and healthy. We're not gonna all of a sudden have an emergency because we're not dealing with someone who's got high blood pressure. We're not dealing with somebody who has gestational diabetes.
True.
We're, again, low risk and healthy. So for all of a sudden there's an emergency to happen is pretty rare. But however, there are unexpected scenarios that can happen. We can't guarantee an outcome just because you choose a home birth. So we're monitoring the baby with a Doppler. So we're listening to that heart rate of the baby. We're monitoring the mother's vitals. And if things start to creep up that are outside that normal, then we're going to the hospital. You know,
Okay.
I'm an expert in normal, and I deal with normal. And so when anything looks abnormal, that's when we call in, a backup doctor, and we go to the hospital. And in most cases, we just go by car. It's not an emergency where you need to call 911 or get an ambulance ride. It's very calm. Okay, we're now outside of normal. It's now time to go to the hospital, and that's what hospitals are for.
Excellent. Okay. So, so say a mom is already pregnant, having her regular prenatal care through an OB, and say, does she even have the option of switching at this point? Really?
Absolutely. Again, it comes down to choices, and midwives take a very low client number per month, or
Okay.
OBs see, sometimes up to 50 clients a month. It's
Wow.
very hard to give that one-on-one care. I'm sure most people that have been to an OB, they can attest to the fact that they go in and they see an OB for maybe 3 minutes.
Right,
It's very rushed.
right.
They don't have time to ask their questions. And so because of that low number that we take per month, there's definitely room to add, another client. So all they have to do is call.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. Thanks for coming on here, Kim, and talking to us about this. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So consider having a midwife for your next birth. You can reach Kim at mothertomothercare.com, and she is also at Well-Rounded Mama. So you can also find links for more information and Kim's link to her website at asktheplacentalady.com. So just a reminder, moms, if you don't know, ask the Placenta Lady.